he's not watching, but thank him for how much he helped me my last year there. He was a heck of a player, but he was a heck of a coach too. And it was just great days.
Well, for me, Tyler Williams and Marty's dad basically recruited me from Mariana because I played at Chipola. And I really appreciate them because Marty's dad saw me on TV. We always pitched against Gulf. We always played against Gulf Coast on TV once a year. And he saw me and he talked to Marty. And then Tyler, they come and watched me play and gave me an opportunity to come there. And I wanted to go somewhere close to home where my family could come watch me play. And I wanted to go somewhere it felt like a family. And AUM was that. And I wanted to go somewhere where I would have a chance to graduate. Because if I went to a big time school, D1, I'd have never got my school and I'd have never done all the things that I needed to do to graduate. And that was very important to me because I knew, baseball was only going to last a certain amount of time. And I really appreciate AUM because their professors, God, they were so good to me. They pushed us and we made us do everything we were supposed to do to get our degree. And I just appreciate them. Because, I was a career student too, just like I think somebody said earlier, they were on the 6-year plan and I was on that 6-year plan too. But it tried you back then, getting your grades, you played all the time, and Marty and them did a good job doing that and making sure we got our degree and got our grades. And I appreciate I never be where I am today without them and without AUM and the education that they gave us. And a lot of people don't mention that, but I do because I know how important it was to me to graduate college. But that's my main thing. But I appreciate AUM for what they did for me to be able to do what I do and coach every day and teach every day and do something that I love to do. And without those guys that recruited me, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I appreciate those three people I just named. Coach Lowe, I know I forgot you, but those three were the guys that come and saw me, and then I met Coach Lowe, and he's like my second dad. So that's basically all I got.
Hey, Bobby.
Yes.
You knew this was coming, but I learned something during those days. I have never told another parent that I'm going to make sure their son graduates. I just tell them that we're going to make sure they have an opportunity to graduate.
And my dad and my parents, they don't forget that either. They will never forget that. And that's what they said. They said, you are definitely coming here. And Dr. Brown, I know I didn't mention her, but Dr. Brown, she said, you come here, you're going to get your education, but you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to work for it. And I will never forget that. Dr. Brown she was so important to our baseball program.
I'll add here, D. I just wanted to piggyback off what Jeff said that the best decision, one of the best decisions I ever made was to go to AUM, and I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world. I've met my best friends in the world at that college, and I'm still in touch with them today on a daily basis. If not weekly, then I chat with my buddies at least once a day, sometimes twice. But anyway, the lasting friendships that I've had, and I stay in touch with Marty. I don't see Coach Lowe a lot anymore, but just the overall relationships that were built on that field and at that school, I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. And it also helped that we were pretty daggum good back in the day, So you couple good baseball players, good coaches, and good friends, that's a pretty good recipe. So what I take from my time at AUM is simply that. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I tell my son, who's a baseball player, stories all the time about, and I've got 100 stories about QV Lowe, about I don't know if you guys have ever heard the story. I'm not going to tell it, but it's a real good one. And then going into the 90 series, 500 with like 5 games left to play. And he said, if we do not finish the season over 500, we're not going to play in the district tournament. And guess what? We won the last 5 games, won the district tournament, won the regional tournament, and finished runner-up in the whole country. So, you know, that you couple relationships, you couple a fantastic coaching staff like we had, and you couple the fantastic baseball players that I got to play with, and I was just okay, you know, but I was pretty decent, but I got to play with a lot of good players, man, and I loved every minute of it. So that's what I take from it.
All right. Well, if that's it for the rest of us, we're coming up near that hour marker, kind of shooting for there. We appreciate all you guys for joining us today. This has been a blast, and we appreciate everybody for joining us. A big thanks to all 8 of our panelists for just taking the time to hop on this Zoom chat with us and talk about our program and how everybody was able to make it just such a rich and storied program. And as always, thanks to our producer today, Jason Martin, for getting our Zoom chat out on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And as a reminder, this will be archived immediately after we're done here. So if you'd like to go back and watch some of this again, or maybe you join late or whatever, you have the ability to go back and you can see what you've missed. So, of course, a huge thanks to our viewers for tuning in. All of our fans and faithful supporters are really the driving force behind all of this and everything that we do. And we appreciate the love and support. So join us next week. We're going to feature our cross-country team with runners at the pass, as well as head coach Ryan Thompson. We appreciate everybody today for joining in. Our viewers as well. Until then, take care, everybody. Be safe and go Warhawks. Goodbye, everybody.
They're good.